Welcome to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Welcome to a special Travellers edition of the Rosso Bespoke YouTube channel. So, as you'll have gathered from the intro there, I'm just back from Saudi Arabia. So I thought I would talk to you about some of the preconceptions and some of the challenges and some of the things that are actually not challenges about travelling to and from Saudi Arabia. Because of course Saudi is a place that a lot of butlers, a lot of British butlers especially, will actually find themselves employed at a certain time, even if it is just for a short period of time for big dinners and things like that. First thing I did, and first thing that I often do when I travel to a new place, is I buy a few guidebooks and a few things like that to try and get a good idea of the culture and the place. So I did the same as normal. Now, I would say that unless you're buying a guidebook that's been printed within the last year or so, it's already out of date. One of the ones that I purchased was printed in 2020, which you would think would be bang up to date. But then of course you've got to remember it was probably written in sort of 2019, 2018. So by the time we get to 2022, the whole culture of Saudi Arabia has totally changed. The other one was written in about 2010, and to be honest, it couldn't have been less accurate. It was completely unhelpful. In fact, reading that, I'm not going to name and shame the particular one, but reading that one, the author actually seemed quite sort of xenophobic, or because it was very derogatory about Saudi Arabian culture and things like that. So I think be careful about what you take from guidebooks. They are useful in a way, of course, but certainly be a little bit cautious about what they're saying to you. Right, so I'll give you one of my big tips for travel anywhere. There's only two things that you need to make sure that you take with you. Okay? That's a smile and respect. As long as you greet everyone with a warm smile and you show respect for the culture, you will get on well anywhere. And obviously, someone's going to comment, yes, you need your passport, you need a change of underwear and your toothbrush. But I can honestly tell you that if you meet people as friends, then they are going to reciprocate. Why don't I start by telling you my first experience of going into the country. So I'm at the airport and I've just landed, and there's a fairly big queue. This is at Jeddah Airport. There's a fairly big queue, and there's the tourist visa, e-visa section, and the foreign all visas section, and then there's the citizens. So for people who are citizens of Saudi Arabia, have a separate queuing area. There's not much queues over there. So I of course start queuing up, as is right and proper, in the all visas section. A guard comes over to me. Where are you from? So I give him my passport and I say I'm from the United Kingdom. Now it's a very, very good thing to realise, and I only learnt while I was there, that in general the term United Kingdom is not a term that they will recognise for United Kingdom of Great Britain. Britannia is the term they would understand. So use Britain or Britannia rather than the United Kingdom, because it will cause some confusion. But anyway, so I give him my passport and he says, right, come with me. Now, especially when you have your preconceived ideas of what's going to be a country that might make things difficult, and you think that maybe Saudi Arabia is going to be one of these countries, okay? So, of course, yeah, no problem, I'll come with you, sir. And he leads me off. So I'm expecting a lot of questions. I'm expecting maybe to be taken to, the usual immigration room to ask me why I'm there, that sort of thing. This is what I'm expecting. Actually, I couldn't have been more wrong. What he did was he took me to the citizens queue and spoke to the person behind the desk and let me go through that so I didn't have to queue. And he's been talking to me, he said, "Is this your first time in Saudi Arabia?" I said, "Yes, it is." He said, "Well, thank you very much for coming. Welcome to Saudi Arabia." Which, to be honest, I think is actually, to the best of my memory, one of the warmest welcomes I've actually ever had through customs and security at an international airport anywhere. I really can't think of having that same welcome before. We're all used to quite a sort of surly immigration control and everything. All the immigration control working there were all women. I'm wondering if this might be because, of course, they have to ask the women coming in to uncover their face. I don't know this for sure, but I wonder if that's the reason. So the security guard was a man, and then the actual customs officials were women. Again, very friendly. She just asked me a couple of questions about what I was doing. Got my stamp in my passport, and straight through. Totally quick and painless. Huge modern airport, just like you'd expect in any other sort of big city, really. Jeddah Airport, almost, to be honest, if it hadn't been from the flight in between, I almost wouldn't have been able to tell the difference between Heathrow and Jeddah. The signposts are all in English as well as Arabic, perfectly easy and simple to get around and understand. Let's think about actually sort of being and working in Saudi Arabia. Now, first thing is, if you're British or from the United States, you're going to be a bit of a novelty. Okay, there are not many international tourists or international workers that, certainly not that integrate with the normal people. From what I'm told, there are like compounds that a lot of the sort of expats live on, and they don't really mix with the locals. So a lot of people will actually come and talk to you and ask you where you're from, and when you say you're British, this is something that they find very exciting and they find very interesting and they want to talk to you about. First thing they'll probably talk to you about is football, which is a problem for me because I don't actually follow football, so the sort of international language of Manchester United was kind of lost on me, but I did my best. So the culture of Saudi Arabia is very vibrant, extremely welcoming. They really do go out of their way to make sure that you feel at home, make sure you feel comfortable. There's a lot of cliches about Arabic hospitality, but do you know what? They're all based on truth. They really are. The hospitality is fantastic. They will not let you pay for dinner. If you go out for dinner with someone, there's no way you're going to persuade them to let you buy it for them. You're a visitor and they want to look after you. You'll not want for anything. You always want to make sure you're well looked after. Obviously, you need to do your best to follow the rules of the country, but actually they seem very relaxed, especially in Jeddah. I'm told that Jeddah is one of the more relaxed cities, but people seem to be going around enjoying themselves, pretty much behaving as they would anywhere else. no point did I ever feel threatened or ever feel unsafe in any way at all. I would say from my experience, which of course was very limited, don't get me wrong, in a huge great country, I was only in one city and not for a particularly long time, but from what I could see, it was a very safe place. There was police everywhere, but friendly police, you know. And, you know, so much so that, you know, I had to get into the government compound where I was, and all I had was my passport as for my ID, and the security detail, the soldiers who were on the gate didn't speak English. I don't speak Arabic, so I'm trying to explain that I'm supposed to be going in. And to be in a situation where you've got a group of soldiers who don't know who you are, you're trying to get through the gates of a government compound. They've all got assault rifles, you know, well kitted out. But at no point did I feel that there was even any hint of intimidation or me feeling unwelcome. They were smiling, they were laughing and joking with me, even though actually, to be fair, I didn't really understand what they were saying, but I think they were laughing and joking about Manchester United and Liverpool, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, perfectly friendly. As you've seen from some of the footage here, went to the old city in Jeddah, which was stunning and is set up as a tourist attraction, very much set up because it's their season at the moment, it's the Jeddah season, and they are setting this up as a sort of tourist attraction, which is quite lovely. To sum up, if you're given the opportunity to go and work in Saudi Arabia or maybe visit as a tourist on holiday, I would definitely suggest that you do so. It's a very beautiful place, especially Jeddah, absolutely wonderful. There's the Corniche, which is the promenade, which runs along the side of the Red Sea, the incredible fountain, palm trees, the old city, which is full of history and culture, great food, welcoming people. So definitely somewhere to put on your list to visit, I would say. A lot of people who visit the Middle East, they visit places like Dubai, which obviously people like because it's very westernized. But then, to be honest, if you want to see a new place and you want to see a new culture, it's probably better to go to one that is less like your own. Now, I will put a sort of caveat to everything I'm saying on this video. Now, of course, I am talking from the point of view as a male traveller. I'm a male traveller who does not take any drugs. I'm a male traveller who is not even slightly worried about not drinking alcohol. Okay? Now, from what I saw, all the women there seemed perfectly happy, confident, you know, but there will be more challenges to be a solo female traveller or an unmarried female traveller for sure. I don't really know much about that because I didn't actually have to worry about that, but I appreciate that. If you're someone who has previously sort of taken drugs and things like that, I would tell you not to go to Saudi Arabia, and they would also, I'm sure, agree that they don't want you there. The penalty for possession of drugs is death penalty for that, and so don't go there. If you feel that you can't go for the period of time that you're staying there without alcohol, firstly, I think maybe you might require some counselling, but that's your own thing. But again, don't expect it while you're there, and you're probably better off not looking for it while you're there. So that's my little sum up. So I really hope that, like me, you get the opportunity to travel there, enjoy the truly wonderful sights. Like they always say, travel broadens the mind. And from a service point of view, certainly the people that I met were absolutely fantastic, and I'm looking forward to going back soon. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks very much. See you again soon. Bye bye.